Hi, good evening all. Hi, good evening. Yes, hopefully the audio, video, everything is fully visible, audible. Can you comment properly on the chat box? Yes. Hi, good evening all. Hi, good evening. Okay, right? So we can start. We are actually starting. Today's session will be chapters are magnetic effects of electric current and from biology, how do organisms reproduce? Okay, so this is our biology faculty and myself, Rafi sir,
and myself, Anish sir. Hi, good evening, my dear students. Okay, so I think you are all there on the serious and severe preparation. Actually, only 2 more days are there, right? Actually, March 2nd, you are going to showcase your brilliance, right? So that's why. And we are also with you, my dear students. And here, my friend Rafi sir is going to do one of the important chapter in physics.
Yeah,
and after the session, I will be doing the chapter how do organisms reproduce. So first of all, the officer will handle the session, and please stay with us, and keep on touch, my dear students. And thank you, and officer,
okay.
You can handle
Let
the
me
session.
start that first. Okay. Yeah, and sir will after 1 hour he will be back. All right. So can we start our session then? Yes. Okay, all. Today we are discussing magnetic effects of electric current topic. Magnetic effects of electric current. And this chapter, you know about this chapter. This chapter is a purely little bit theoretical and technical chapter. There is no numerical involved in this chapter, so which means it's an easy scoring area. But students still lose some mark from this particular chapter. Let's focus why they are missing the score. It mainly because of directions, right? So we are focusing such a important questions through these discussions. So let's start the discussion. So look at the question number 1. We are planning to do some few questions. Hi all 10th standard kids. Once again, welcome to the physics session. So we are starting the first questions. Let's read this first question, all of you. What is the first question? Identify. Can you read this? Can you read this one? Yeah. And can you comment your answers? Can you comment your answers? Can you comment your answers? Identify the type of magnetic field represented by the magnetic field lines given below. Identify the type of magnetic fields. Okay, given below. Name the type of conductors which can produce them. Okay, what type of conductors will produce this kind of magnetic field lines? Tell me what type of conductor will produce this kind of magnetic field? What do you feel so? So, okay, leave it about this one. Look at this second diagram. What second diagram? It's a parallel lines, right? Do you know what in by parallel lines represent? Tell me what in by parallel lines represent? Magnetic field lines are parallel means what? It is uniform magnetic field, right? Do you know that point? Magnetic field lines are parallel means what? Uniform magnetic field. Why? Magnetic field lines are parallel means uniform magnetic. Why? Because distance between the field lines indicate the strength of magnetic field. So you can see if the distance here it is this much. What about the distance here? Same only. So means strength here there are same. So this is a representation of what? Uniform magnetic field. Understood? So this is a uniform magnetic field. So this is a uniform magnetic field. Can you tell where it is uniform magnetic field is present? Inside the solenoid. So we know that. Second one will be a uniform magnetic field. And what type of conductor will give this kind of uniform magnetic field? Tell me. Solenoid. Inside the solenoid, magnetic field is not uniform, right? So B part we got the answer. What is the B part? Yeah, it is a solenoid. Solenoid producing magnetic field is uniform. Okay. So what type of magnetic field is one? Magnetic field is uniform magnetic field. That's fine. All right, uniform magnetic field. You got the B part answer. Now let's focus the A part. Okay, are you confused about the A part? Look at this. And this is, it is a non-uniform magnetic field. Okay, here the question. Look at the question here. Non-uniform. What type of magnetic field is one? Non-uniform. How do you know that it's non-uniform? Because see, the distance between the field lines. Look at this gap. Look at the gap here. Look at the gap here. Gaps are different, right? Distance between the field lines are less, more indicates what? The strength of magnetic field. So strength here weak, here more. Therefore, that is a non-uniform magnetic field. Understood? That's a non-uniform magnetic field. And what kind of conductor or this kind of magnetic field lines resembles to which type of conductor? I will give the diagram. So to avoid that confusions, so you can see this is one of the very important diagram. Look at this. There is a circular current carrying coil. Around the circular current carrying coil, you know the magnetic field lines pattern, right? So what they are given? Hello, they are given only these few lines. Then identify the conductor. What's that conductor? It's a current carrying circular coil. Understood that? It's a current carrying circular coil. And what type of magnetic field is one? Non-uniform. So first one, let me repeat the concept. So everyone must learn this diagram, okay? Prepare the diagram. What is this one? This you can answer for one more question. Draw the magnetic field lines of a circular current carrying coil. Whenever they ask such a question, remember this the diagram. So everyone please practice, okay? You can take a screenshot or something you can watch later this one. Again, please remember this is the magnetic field. It can be an asked question, okay? It can be in future you can come, this exam question may come in examinations. So keep in your mind that informations. So this is non-uniform. Why it is non-uniform? Because the distance are different. Here 1 centimeter, while here it is what? It's more than 1, which means what? Here it is weak, here it is less. Okay, less gap means what? Less gap means what? More strength. More gap means what? Less strength. Like that. So non-uniform magnetic field. Here equal distance means what? Uniform magnetic field. Uniform magnetic field is given by solenoid. And non-uniform magnetic field given by circular coil. And you remember that one. Hopefully you're okay with this question, right? Okay, you're just entering only. This is just a welcome question to you. I hope you understood this. All 10th standard kids understood this, right? Can I move to the next question? Yes, all. Yes, let's move to the next question then. We can move to the next question. So I saw many students, once I given this question in my class, regular class, I saw like many of the students are struggling about this one. But this is a very easy questions. Come on, let's focus on this. Can you read this one? Can you comment your answer? What do you feel? If you supposed to, this questions comes in your board examinations, like in the upcoming day, what is your answer? Can you comment? Yes, just comment on the chat box. Let me check. Okay, so the given time, allotted time is just 1 second for 10 more seconds for you. Can you just tell me the comment on the answer, all of you? Yes, you guys got? Now please check, okay? Your answer is like this. I am going to explaining this. Did you read properly? Okay, so what we have? We have two straight wires, right? And how the current is going here? How the current is going? Current is going down. Both of the wires are current is going down. So the same question may also ask like if the current is going up, then also even the same concept. Okay. So what is given here? The following diagram shows two parallel straight conductors carrying same current. Copy the diagram and draw the pattern of magnetic field lines around the showing their directions. Okay, you want to draw the magnetic field lines. You want to draw the magnetic field lines. Okay, magnetic field lines around the straight wire. And you want to show the directions also. What is the magnitude of magnetic field at the point X? Okay, which is equidistant from the conductors. Like, you know, the point X will be equal distance from both of the conductors. What will be the magnetic field at this point? So this question have like a two part. We have to answer the two part. Okay. So magnetic field lines of a straight wire. How to draw that one? It is a concentric circle, right? It's a concentric circle. How to draw the magnetic field lines? I hope you guys are drawing this one. So take your book and hopefully you all are drawing in like your book now. Yes. So please do this, all of you. The current is going down. So magnetic field lines, you know, right hand Maxwell thumb rule. So when a current is going down, what is the shape of magnetic field lines? My dear children, you know that when current is going down, how the rapid fingers will move. So rapid fingers move will be like this manner. Yes or no? Magnetic field lines pattern will be this kind of circle. So you can draw the magnetic field lines around the circle will be around the straight wire will be, you know, like this. So how the rapid fingers here? Tell me the rapid fingers orientation. It will be like this, right? So this will be the magnetic field lines of this particular straight wire. And what about this one? It's also similar, right? It's also similar. Let me draw that one here. And could you tell what will be the direction over there? What will be the direction over there? The current is going down. How my rapid fingers are going? See this one. How my rapid fingers are going? See, it's going like this. It's going like this. Yes or no? So this is the magnetic field lines pattern. Okay, so here it is. Both of them are, from the top view, it is a clockwise directions. Clockwise directions. So this is the magnetic field lines. Hopefully you're okay with that. How to draw the magnetic field lines around the straight wire. So one of the very important question, okay. Remember from the discussion, question may not repeat. I cannot give guaranteed that. But I can give guaranteed that the concept will repeat. The concept will repeat. Sometimes they might ask from this one, draw the magnetic field lines of a straight wire. So my dear 10th warriors, you have to focus on the concept here. Question may not repeat. Alright? Yes sir. So you got now what is the magnetic field lines of a straight wire? We drawn. Now look at the second part of the question. What second part of the question? Read this one. What is the resultant magnetic field at this point? How many magnetic fields are there at that point? There are two magnetic fields, right? One is because of this wire. What is the magnetic field direction at this point? At this point, tell me, at this point, due to the first wire. Yeah. Did you visualize properly? How the circle? Yeah. So the circle is like this. What way it is moving through this side, the circle? Could you tell? Yes, sir, it is going like this. Are you getting? Yeah, circle is like this, no? Circle is like this. How it is, our concern is in this point. How the circle is going? Tell me. It's going outward. See, the magnetic field lines. Are you getting? Are you getting this point? Magnetic fields are outward. What about this one? It's producing outward magnetic field. What about this wire producing magnetic field here? Visualize. That wire, magnetic field lines are like this. Concentrate on this point. You don't want to bother about other regions. Here, this point, through this point, what is the field lines pattern of the first wire? Come on, it's going like this, sir. What about this wire? Sir, it is going inward. It's going inward. So one is going inward while other one is going what? Outward. Inward and outward. What will happen? Cancel out each other. Very beautiful question. You understood that? So what's the resultant magnetic field over there? Zero. Okay. What's the resultant magnetic field? It's a tricky question. What is the resultant magnetic field at the point X? That is 0. Okay, sorry, that's a 12th standard way of representation of magnetic field. Leave it. You guys don't want to bother about that magnetic field B letter. You can write magnetic field at point X will be. You can write like this. At point X will be 0. Justify your answer. 3 more question this one. 3 more question. Justify your answer. What's justification? Yeah. Magnetic field due to the wire 1 is going outward through the X, while that of wire 2 is going inward. So the outward and inward get cancel out each other. So resultant magnetic field at the point X will be how much? 0. That's the justification. Understood? Should I want to repeat that point? See, magnetic field due to the wire 1, it is going outward, while that of the second wire is going inward. So through the point, then outward and inward get cancel out each other. Understood, right? So resultant magnetic field will be 0. So good question, a glamour question. That's fine. Can I go to the next question then? Ready? Are you getting? Yes, I'm a little bit serious today because you are very close to the examinations. I hope my kids are getting this concept from me. All right. Every kids want to learn this point, okay? Let's focus on another beautiful question. Easy questions only. Some students in the Excel students might learn already these all topics. So they feel, sir, Professor, is easy question again comes. No, brothers and sisters, this same easy questions again comes from the board examinations. We can do the higher level and all in our future classes. Future science stream, if you take, we can take the higher order questions and all. This moment, we are practicing the expected question for the board examinations. So look at this next questions. Look at the next question. So all the people in India and the GCC people who are going to write the CBSE board examination, a warm welcome from Professor. You have to focus on this particular questions. You can also utilize these sessions, a quality content from a quality team like Excel Education Center. So see this question. Welcome all to the question. Name the poles PQRS. PQRS. Come on. PQRS. The magnet from the following figure A and B. Figure A, what is point P? What does the P pole stands for? Sir, P pole stands for very easy, officer. Why you are lagging here? Yeah, the P pole is P side will be north pole, right? What about Q? Q will be south pole. You know, right? Why so? Because from the direction of magnetic field lines are emerging. Magnetic field lines are emerging end. It's called what? Sir, north pole. magnetic field lines are merging and what we call south pole. See this one, look here, magnetic field lines are leaving, magnetic field lines leaving end is called what? North pole. That's why the P become north and Q become south. Okay, am I correct, right? Yes sir. What about this one? What about this one? Where from the field lines are going? Sir, field lines are going from this place to here. So the field lines are exiting point is called what? North. Therefore, the R will be north and S will be south because field lines are merging, converging, entering to this pole. So that's what we called south pole. Okay, understood, right? Easy question, 2 mark. Keep this easy, let's do question in your pocket. Let's go to the next question. Come on guys, hopefully you understood. All kids want to learn these points, okay? Let's move to the next questions. It is not a normal level question. You might solve this one. Anyway, we can visualize properly. It's like a proper visualizations. I told you about this chapter. This chapter is a like not a numerical chapter, but proper visualization is needed. Okay, it's like a mind developing chapters. You are 10th standard and all, you will develop a proper mind to become like a good student in higher classes. Such questions are here. Okay, so look at this, all of you, like an eye-breaking questions. Let's focus on this particular questions. So listen the question. Find the direction of magnetic field due to current carrying circular coil. Lot of informations are there, but silently, relax way you have to focus with me. Okay, I will teach you. Okay, dhyan se dekho. Find the direction of magnetic field to current carrying circular coil. Look at the first case. What's the first case? What is the first case? Tell me. Vertically, the circular coil. Okay, circular coil is held vertically in north-south plane. North, sir, we always struggle in this question. North-south plane, east-west plane. Are you guys confused? We can break that. Come on, let's focus. So, I already given this idea to some of the students. Anyway, everyone can learn this. See, if you are sitting in a classroom, mostly the exam, where from you write? Exam hall. It's a room, right? So, at the moment while you are reaching at your classroom, you consider like the front wall of your classroom is what? Tell me. That is north pole. North side. Okay, if I am imagine, you just visualize. Close your eye and visualize. Come on, visualize. The front wall will be north. If I am sitting in a classroom, relax. The front wall will be north and back wall will be what? South. And right of me, east, and left of me, south. Once again, could you repeat that? Or fix that concept. North will be my front, back will be my south, right will be my east, left will be my west. Fine, right? So, now focus on this. How this circular coil is lying north-south plane. Where is north, you imagine? So, north means the front wall, south means here. So, north-south plane means what? Like this. Come on. North-south plane means like this. The circle is like this, north-south plane. Visualize, okay? I will draw that. First of all, I am creating a mental ability. I am just enhancing your mental ability. Come on. North-south plane will be like this. Okay, fine. I want to make all kids to to come this like a higher order thinking level. Okay, so see, north-south plane, circular coil. Fine. And where from the person is looking? Come on, east. Where is east side? I told you, right wall. It's there in your mind, no? East is where? Right wall. So person is observing from this side. Person is observing from this side, east side. And what he's seeing? Yeah, he sees that the current is anti-clockwise direction. Tell me, current is anti-clockwise direction here. Oh, before I would like to discuss some point to you. A circular coil, if the current is going, remember, bacho, if the current is going anti-clockwise, then that end is behaves like what? North pole. Okay, tell me the character of that end, north pole. What type of current? Anti-clockwise current. Anti-clockwise, this kind of current. Okay, opposite of the minute hand and our hand of a clock, it's like anti-clockwise. That's what we call north pole. What about the clockwise current? It is south pole. You know that, right? Repeat with me. Anti-clockwise current is what? North pole. Clockwise current is what? South pole. Hey, come back to the first it's get you got the concept, no? Look at this, how the circular coil north-south plane, and the person is observing from this particular side. So what he sees? Anti-clockwise current. While looking at circular coil, while looking from this side, what he see? Yeah, it is anti-clockwise current. When he see anti-clockwise current, what circular coil say? Hey, boy, I am north. Okay. See, when a cuckoo looking from this side, hey, what the circular coil is saying? If the circular coil is anti-clockwise, what circular coil will say? Circular coil, hey, boy, I am your north pole. Okay, don't forget about that. I am your north pole. Anti-clockwise means what? I am your north pole. Sing with me. Anti-clockwise means what? I am your north pole. Understood? Yes, don't forget about this. Okay, let me draw that. Let me draw little more advanced way the content to you. So imagine here, three-dimensional. Okay, now you should build up some graphical skill. Okay, let's build up some graphical skill. So this much information is not needed, but if you develop your mind like this, you can solve all the type of questions. So come on, here is what? Yeah, here it is south, and front of is like north, and look at the person is here. Look, the person is here. The front here appears what? North. Back here appear what? South. Then, or I can draw the reverse way also. This is north. This is south, and here it is east. Okay, I can draw like this. You guys are observing from this side, right? So your front wall will be north. Okay, your front wall will be north. This is the vertical direction. This is the vertical directions. How the circle here? Tell me, how circle is here? Sir, the circle is, focus on this. Circle is, sir, north-south plane. Look at this, north-south plane. And where is our cuckoo? Tell me, where is our cuckoo? Sir, cuckoo is, come on. Cuckoo is actually, where is? Is east. Where is cuckoo? Cuckoo is here. Observer is on this side. Observer is on this side. That is on east side. And what he noticing? Tell me the current he noticing. Tell me the current he noticing. Tell me, everyone. He noticing the current is, anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise means what? Like this. Then if suppose circular coil current is anti-clockwise, what coil will say? Hey, boy, I am your north pole. So therefore this will be what? North pole. Behaves like what? North pole. If it is behaves like a north pole, tell me kids, if it is a north pole, magnetic north pole, then field lines will exit. So therefore magnetic field lines will be like this. Understood? So this is the direction of this is the direction of magnetic field lines. Understood, right? It's clear? Fully clear? Are you reach like an extraordinary outstanding thinking level now? Yes, come on. So observer sees like magnetic field lines. How it comes? Tell me this. It comes from west to east. So our answer will be magnetic field lines direction will be west to east is the right answer. I hope every kid who watching this from India or all over the GCC who are appearing the CBSE expecting it is understood. My future kids also, if you are watching this one, hopefully you also understood. In case if you have a doubt comes, please put your comment on the chat box. We will come back to you again later. Okay, fine. So this first one you got it right. Let's move to the next part then. Another one will be, see the another one, there's no space here. I hope you guys got this right. May I erase this one? In case if you are not completed, please just take a screenshot with me. Yes, you've taken right. Yes. Let me move to the second one. Oh, I can draw the second circle over there itself, right? Okay, 1 second. Relax. The second one. Second case. Okay, why this is not coming quickly? Okay. Yes, let me draw the second case then. Let me do the second case. Come on, second case. Second case are vertically in east-west plane. Think the next level. East-west. So this is north to south. East-west will be like this. Visualize that way. So the circle is in this manner. Tell me, understood? Circle is in east-west plane. Vertical, okay? Vertical. So where is the observer? Tell me the observer. Observer sees from south. Where is our cuckoo now? Our character cuckoo now. Tell me the observer. Observer is here, Maraba. It is here. South side. And what he sees, tell me, current is, anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction means what? It's a clock, no? So anti-clockwise means like this. Anti-clockwise is like this. If a coil is like an anti-clockwise current, what coil will say? mere bhai, I am your north pole. So therefore this will be what? Tell me, this what? Magnetic north pole. Understood? Don't forget, okay? Don't forget. In case you are not learned this concept, learn it as a new. An additional point from the Excel science team. Alright, so this is north pole. So north pole means what? Magnetic north means what? Magnetic, come on, magnetic field lines are emerging. Don't forget, magnetic field lines are emerging like this, right? Exit, exit. So this will be the magnetic field direction. How it is? How it is? How can we say this direction? Tell me. It is along north to south directions. So therefore the answer will be, come on, say north to south direction. Clear na? All bacho understood this, right? Yes, north to south. Very beautiful, very beautiful. I hope this very beautiful conveying of the diagram is here. Okay? So it's a north to south direction. North to south directions. A quality content, right? You understood? Fine. Yes, sir. So make a fire on the chat box, okay? I'm seeing your fire will be, I feel like a little bit hot here because of your fire. Okay, make a proper fire, we can fly. Yes, come to the next question. Hopefully you are done this. Let's move to the, third question. See the third question. Look, the third questions. Yeah. The thing is just changed now. Another pattern. Circle is horizontally. Hello. Previous case circle is like this, north-south plane is an east-west plane. Whereby this is horizontal, is horizontal. Now it is horizontal. How the circle? Horizontal. So circle is, come on, circle is like this, horizontal. Are you getting that visualization? How the circle? Circle is like this. Okay? Circle is like a cute baby in my hand. This way, visualize. Alright, yeah. And where is the observer? Where is the observer? Sir, the observer will be, tell me, the observer will be just below. I forgot the name of the observer. Did you get that character name? Tell me, bolo. Cuckoo ji iswar kaha hai? It's below, niche, coil ke niche se the observer is lying. Understood? Yes, observer is below. Now, look, I am cuckoo. I am observing this. What's the current I feel? Tell me. The current I am seeing like what? Clockwise directions. Below will be what? Clockwise. I told you, if a current carrying coil, anti-clockwise current, what coil will say? Marabai, I am your north pole. Then what happens if it's a clockwise? I am your south pole. Okay. So which means the below side is, tell me, below side will be what? Clockwise now. So what type of pole is that one? South pole. If it is a south pole, then what is a magnetic field lines pattern? It will enter, right? It will enter. So magnetic field lines will be enter this way, right? This is a direction of magnetic field. Understood? If suppose it is a south, if suppose it is a north, magnetic field lines exit. If suppose it is south, magnetic field will be enter to the coil. Understood? So what will be the overall direction of magnetic field lines here? Vertically upward. Magnetic field direction, tell me, vertically upward. The answer here, how to represent the answer? Sir, it is vertically upward. Understood all this informations to you? Crystal clear? Crystal clear? Could you comment on the chat box? Could you comment on the chat box? Yes, Fasan, Askar, all Marabai, Joshua, everyone is here, na? Oh, great. Yes, all my physics babies. Yeah, welcome all. So hopefully you understood this one. Let's move to the next question. Hopefully it's clear, na? Crystal clear. Very good. I am reading your comment. Yes, Gaudam. Oh, Marabai. Yes, let me move to the next question then. Listen to the next question. It's next topic. Okay, we can change our character. It's in next topic we are entering. Come on, let's focus on this question. When is the force experienced by, you can read. Dhyan se dekho. Read. We are going to write an exam, no? So please read silently, carefully. Take your book and do something in that book. Try. In case if it is wrong, no matter, we can correct now. Every babies or how a baby start walk. Yeah, first he will fall, then he will stand like that, no? Every expert in, once a beginner. All experts are, they are once a beginner. Okay, so therefore you can make mistake. I will help you. I am your elder brother. I will help you. Come on. Yes, make a mistake. I am more loving the mistake babies like Joshua and all. Is continuously making mistake in my class. Alright, come on. When is the force experienced by current carrying conductor placed in a uniform magnetic field be maximum? Tell me. When the conductor is perpendicular to the magnetic field, right? That's just a theory information to you. So look at detail and all we'll learn in higher classes. look at this. There is a two magnet. Could you tell what's the magnetic field lines direction here? Sir, magnetic field lines of a magnet will be always from where to where? North to south. What this one? The yellow wala. Tell me this is a magnetic field lines direction. Magnetic field lines directions. And come on, all. How the conductor? If the suppose you are keeping a conductor exactly like a perpendicular, then conductor will experience maximum magnetic force. Okay, so don't forget, Marabai. Yeah, this unexpected pattern of questions will come for your examinations. Yes, right. Oh, Aryan. Yes, all Birla team, MBS team, Ideal team, all are here now. Yes, Pearl team. Welcome all to my various, okay, to the platform. Yes. And best of luck your future examinations. Let's enjoy the sessions. Hopefully enjoying. Yes. Keep a coffee also, hot coffee also, study table, and enjoy the sessions. Okay, enjoy the sessions and add on the content in your book. Come on. So maximum magnetic force. How will you answer? Sir, will we get score if we draw this one? No. Something you want to add, like written explanations. What's the written explanations? When we get maximum force, tell me. Yeah, when conductor, or not simply conductor, like 100%, we are in the perfection level, right? So you can write when a current carrying conductor will not allow, conductor may or may not experience force. Okay, sir, why may not? Conductor, when it is a current passing time only it experience force. Understood, right? So when a current carrying conductor kept perpendicular, don't write exam like this, okay? For this time being, I'm quickly explaining. That's why I'm writing like this. So perpendicular to the magnetic field. I'm writing shortly. The MF means magnetic field. I'm writing, okay? I hope you got. When a current carrying conductor kept perpendicular to the magnetic field, then it will experience maximum magnetic force. If you give this diagram under this statement, then definitely the paper which evaluating teacher become so impressed on you, so much impressed on you. Such a quality content you are giving. Okay, teacher get impressed and you can be full mark. Then tell me the next. When the current carrying conductor experience zero or minimum force, tell me that. Sir, current carrying conductor, suppose, if it is sleeping, yeah, current carrying conductor, see, it's like sleeping, like a baby. Is a baby, like, that way, the north south is a magnetic field. If the current carrying conductor is like a baby in magnetic field, then what's the magnetic force? Magnetic field will not experience any force. Okay, if a war happening time, some like soldiers, etc. are there, if they are seeing a small baby and all, will they shoot them? No. They will neglect, right? Because that's baby, cute. Such a way you can remember. A current carrying conductor, suppose is sleeping in magnetic field, will it experience any magnetic force? No, sir. Okay, so when the conductor experience minimum force, when it is sleeping. Don't write that word, okay? I'm just giving that word to you. You have to remember this thing. Okay, whatever the pressure examinations comes, no matter if this kind of trick is there, automatically you guys will be remember. Okay, so when the current carrying conductor is like a parallel, how to write the exam? Come on, now come to the exam point. When a current carrying conductor is kept parallel to the magnetic field, then it will not experience magnetic force. Make little more perfection. When current carrying conductor not only parallel, if it's anti-parallel, two-way we can sleep, right? If it's suppose this is a bed, you can sleep like this, you can sleep like this. Hey, nighttime, I know, nighttime and all, some of you might be sleep like this, right? While your wake up time, you can see someone will be in the another orientations. So you can sleep many way, but I am talking about two-way here. The current carrying baby can sleep. One is like this, one is like this. This is what we call the parallel. This is what we call the anti-parallel. Look, when magnetic force is minimum, when the conductor is parallel or anti-parallel, parallel, anti-parallel to the magnetic field, then magnetic force become what? Zero. Understood? So how to present examination? Come to the exam point of view. Yes, when conductor kept parallel or anti-parallel to the field, anti-parallel to the magnetic field, then it will experience minimum force. Remember, what's that minimum value of force? 0. Okay, what's that minimum value of force? Remember, what's the force in this case? You know, it become absolutely 0. Okay, magnetic force become 0. Got it na? Clear. When it become maximum force, when it become minimum force, pura samajh? Yes sir. Let me move to the next point then. Quickly cover the next content. All right, you guys are not getting time. Don't worry, the video will be saved here so that you can utilize, after this class and all, you can watch it again in case if you need like a quick revisions. You can set, once you watched one round, then you can set 1.5 speed or 2 speed. It's still available in our YouTube. Okay, so you can utilize. Hey, you guys are subscribed to our channel, then please do. Okay, please do and share to your maximum friends. Hey, we are offering them some quality content to them also. Do it. Okay, do it. Yeah. Yes, come on. Next question. Yes sir, salute mere boys. Yeah, come on, let's focus on the next questions. Are you there now? Are you there in the content, right? Let's focus on the content. Read. Can you read this? Yes sir, we can read. Yeah, make it fast. Jaldi. Yes, it is established that electric current through a metallic conductor produces magnetic field. Now, current carrying conductor produces magnetic field around it. We have a detailed demonstrations are all there, but I'm not doing now for this time being. Okay. Yes. Is there any similar magnetic field produced a thin beam? Hey, what's the meaning of beam? Beam means what? A group of charges. Beam of light, the word. No, beam of light means what? A group of ray of light, a bunches of ray of light, like that. So beam of charges means what? So a group of charges or a bunches of charges. Will we produce any magnetic field? Positively charged alpha particles. Yeah, what is alpha particle? Oh, you got confused about that. Don't worry. Hey, I will help you. Come back. Yes. So what do you mean by alpha particle, Marabai? Alpha particle is basically, for your detailed information, I am giving you that alpha particle is similar to helium nucleus. What's a nucleus charge? Positive. So what's alpha charge? Positive. So remember, we only need for this time being alpha is what? Alpha is positive charge. Okay, alpha is what? Positive charge. So when a positive charge, alpha is a charge, right? So when a charge particle is moving time, tell me, is this color is okay to you? Could you comment properly? Is it color is visible? Fully clear? Yes. So if alpha is moving, alpha means what? Charges motion. So alpha is moving time, its charges are moving, charge represented by Q, charges are in motion. So charges are motion is equal to what? Current. How much charges are flowing through the cross section in 1 second? Kitna amount of charges are passing through the cross section in unit time? एक ही second में कितना charges flow करता है? That is what we call the electric current. Understood? Okay. So flow of charges in 1 second is what we call the electric current. So the movement of charges will produce what? Electric current. So whenever there is a current, then there is a magnetic field. So come back to the answer then. Whenever positive charge alpha particles moves, what is will it produce magnetic field? Yes sir, it will produce magnetic field because it is a current carrying conductor. It's similar to current carrying conductor. So what's the answer for the first one? Sir, the first one, yes. Give your S. That has enough mark. Okay. So yes, positively charged particle moves, it creates magnetic field. What's justification? This is the justification. I hope you can develop the words. Alpha is similar to positive charges. Alpha particles are moving time. Positive charges are moving. Positive charges are moving means what? Current is going. Current going produces what? Magnetic field. Clear? Yes, sir. Then this is justification. Okay. Hopefully you will present that in your beautiful language. Okay, fine. Then I'm just giving the short content to you very quickly. Whereby what this one? Tell me. Neutron. The word. Read. Neutron. What's neutron? It's a neutral, chargeless particle. The word tell you. That's why I read so. Neutron. Neutral. Hey, that baby, my friend will be very neutral, sir. He's not saying any positive opinions. What's the meaning of that? It's like a chargeless. Neutron means what? Chargeless. So the point is, neutron will not produce magnetic field. Why so? Because neutron is a chargeless particle. A chargeless particle will produce current. Is it chargeless particle produce current? Is it chargeless particle produce current? No. Chargeless particle will not produce current. If there is no current, will there be any magnetic field? No. There will be any magnetic field. So that's why the neutron will not produce any magnetic field around it. Clear? Are you confused about how to present this one? Let me tell you. Please note this, okay? It's no. No is the answer. That has a mark. Why? Justification. Justification. Neutron is a chargeless particle. So movement of neutron will not constitute any electric current. So when there is no electric current, then there is no magnetic field. Okay? You can repeat this one going back again. Okay? Leave it. You can note down that. I hope you all got this quality content. So can I move to the next point? You guys are waiting now? You're so excited to see the next question, right? Yes, I will show that. Yes. Look. Appukutan, who is that Appukutan? Can you charge me? Yes, Merabai, I can charge you. Charging by induction is there, charging by conduction is there, charging by friction is there. Too much. You come to our 12th standard later, okay? I will tell you that. Come on. So look at this next question. A current is, Merabai, Appukutan, welcome again. Yeah. A current through the horizontal power line flows in the east-west direction. Again east-west. This is very common in magnetic fields. East-west, north-south. Don't worry. You can enjoy that. North-south, east-west question come. You can enjoy. Because I told you the hint. You go to the exam hall. Consider your front wall is north. Back wall will be south. Right will be east. And this side will be what? South. Sorry, east, then west. Sorry, it is west. Yeah. So such a way you should imagine. And if a current carrying question comes, you can keep like the pen is a current carrying conductor. What way you are keeping this? It's a power line. How is east to west? Where is east? Here it is east. Here it is west. So let me keep like this. Okay? East to west direction. Are you getting? Yes, sir. Did you keep your pen like this? Yes or no? Done, huh? You kept? Yes, very good. So it is east to west direction. What is the direction of magnetic field? A point directly below and directly above. Students are getting confused. I hope I can break this question. It's easy. What direction is the current? East to west, right? What the question is asking? What's the direction of magnetic field above? What's the direction of magnetic field below? Tell me, how will you find the direction of magnetic field to a straight wire? Maxwell right hand thumb rule. Okay, so you have to hold the current carrying conductor in your right hand such that your thumb should be pointed along the direction of current. Okay, here east to west. That's why I hold like this. Then the wrapped fingers gives the direction of magnetic fields. And can you say how my fingers are going above this straight wire? Look at this. It's coming towards you, right? Yeah, above. Look at this, above. How it is going? It's towards you. Above. Hey, you're not getting. Do. Above, right? Above, how it is going? So it is going like this. Can you say what this direction? Yeah, it's like my back to front. What's my back? No, south. What's my front? North. So it's like south to north. Above will be what? South to north. Clear? So what is the magnetic field above? South to north. What about below? Below, how my fingers are going? Hello, it's going like this. Below, my fingers are going like this. Yeah, it's going like this. What is this one? It's going towards me, towards south. So that is, it's like a north to south. Above will be south to north. Below will be north to south. Clear, no? I hope you got this one. Yes, you can try, okay? You can try. Okay, Ishal, you got this one? It's a question actually shared by Ishal. Sir, you have to discuss this question in tomorrow's session. This dedicated to Ishal from DPS school. Okay, Ishal, this is an expectable board questions. You guys can enjoy this and do that. Yes, let's discuss another question to you. Yeah, focus on another question. Can you read this? Given below, can you read this one? Given below 3 diagrams showing the entry of electron. Electrons are entering to the magnetic field. Identify the case in which force will be maximum, force will be minimum respectively. Could you tell the answer first of all? I am waiting your comments. Do it. I am waiting your comments. Yes. Did you get the answer of this? Yes, I'll come back then. So, tell me all. Yeah, Sophia, focus. So, identify the case in which force is maximum. Which case force is maximum? What is our charge here? Electron. How the electron is going? Tell me. Electron is going down. नीचे जाएगा भाई साहब. It's नीचे जाएगा. Electron is what type of charge? Negative charges. So negative charge flow and current directions are opposite, right? Negative charge and current are opposite, right? You remember that? Oh, but some students may not understand that point. What Professor you said, I will tell. I'll come little bit discussion of the electricity here. Yeah, focus on this little concept record electricity, because our chapter name is magnetic effects of electric current. No? It is related to electricity also. That's why the common concept is coming. What this one? It's like a current carrying conductor. Cylinder is a shape, no? Current carrying conductor cylinder. And what is present inside? Electron will be present inside, sir. What charge of electron? Negative. And where the electronegative charges will move? Negative charges will go towards positive. The bigger line of the battery is connected here, so it's a positive. Electron is a negative, so negative charges will go toward positive side. Let me mark this place is A, this place is B. Okay, how the electron is going from A to B? Why it is going from A to B? Because sir, electron get attracted towards positive. That's why it's going from where to where? A to B. Clear? Yes, sir. And could you tell what's the direction of current? What is the direction of current? Yeah, direction of current, we know that, sir, normally it's positive to negative. Direction of current is like this. So direction of current, direction of flow of electron are exactly opposite each other. If electron is going like this, and what type of current is constituted? Like this. If electron is going like this, what's the current it constitute? Current is like this. If electron is going like this, what's the current? Upward. Opposite. Electron flow and current are opposite. Clear? It's usually asking concept, okay? Come back. So here electron is going down. So what kind of current it constitute? It's equal to, can I redraw this? Yes, sir. This figure A diagram. Figure A diagram is equal to figure A diagram. We can modify. This is a magnetic field. And how the current here? Current is up, right? You got that? I'm redrawing this. Current is up. And tell me, this case, current carrying conductor, 90 degree perpendicular. So maximum force, right? A current carrying conductor kept in magnetic field experience what? Maximum force. So therefore, the maximum wala case will be the figure A. Understood? Because this case, current carrying conductor kept perpendicular. So maximum magnetic force. Clear, right? Yeah. Then tell me what's next asking? Minimum. Which case is minimum? Look at this. This case may be minimum. Why so? Because sir, electron is going this direction, means what it producing current. This is the figure C is equal to, I can draw like this. Focus on this. Electron is going in that direction, means sir, it producing current will be opposite. Okay, electron producing current will be opposite. Got it now? Yes. Kashi, you got now? Current is going like this. So here it is like, current carrying conductor is sleeping. So when sleeping time, magnetic force become what? Minimum. You guys remember, no? So therefore, this case, tell me, magnetic force will be minimum. Which case? Figure C. You got the explanations. And this case is, magnetic force is not minimum, maximum. It's somewhere between. Like, what is the least, like you can say the number 0 and 10. I have an arrangement in which something you had to imagine 0 to 10. What's the minimum? 0. What's the maximum? 10. What about other numbers? Other numbers are lying between, right? So similarly, this is the maximum value of the force experiencing portion. This is the minimum value. What about this case? This case force will be, the value lies between this value and this value. So, but the question is only asking what the maximum and minimum force. That's only our syllabus mentioned the content. So maximum will be correspond to this one, minimum will be correspond to this one. Justify your answer. I hope you understood the justification. What's justification? Because electron going down means current is going up. So current and magnetic field are perpendicular. So when current and magnetic field are perpendicular, it experiences maximum force. What justification for this? Figure C is, why figure C is minimum? Yeah, because electron is going in that direction means current is going opposite. So which means current is anti-parallel to the magnetic field. In case you have a doubt in that word, don't use that word. You can write current carrying conductor is opposite, parallel but opposite direction of the magnetic field. That's parallel, opposite direction is called what? Anti-parallel. I think you guys can use that word, right? Come on, it's anti-parallel to the magnetic field. Then what's the magnetic force? Zero. Clear, no? Understood? It's also clear to you? All questions are crystal clear now. So far discussion is okay to you? Could you tell? Yes, sir. Yes, yes. Any of the concept, you know, it will comes in your examinations. Okay? Yes, sir. Okay. Let me move to the next point then. Focus on this. I can give another question to you. Focus all. So this is also an expectable pattern for your examinations. Can you try this one? You guys are may try attempted this one. Anyway, we can practice this one more time. Magnetic field, okay? Magnetic field direction is like this. Magnetic field direction is like this. And see how the electron is going. Yeah, electron is going upward. Okay, electron is going upward. The question is that, what's the question? You can add on this question. Find the direction of magnetic force. What's the question? Find the direction of magnetic force. Find the direction of magnetic force. It's also an expectable board question, this pattern, okay? You had to open all this kind of pattern of questions. I hope some of students already know this one, but I'm again repeating last minute preparation to your side from the magnetic effects. Okay, so come on, electron is going up, then what will be the direction of magnetic force? Tell me, this is a question diagram. Can we convert into our normal convention? Yes, sir, we can convert. How to convert? Tell me the answer. Okay, this answer part, question part, this much only. So tell me then, sir, magnetic field will be aisa hai. Magnetic field will be like this. And what will be the electron here? Electron is going upward. What electron contributing current? Yeah, electron flow is up means current will be downward. So let me draw the current here. So the current will be down, sir. Current will be down. Then how will you find the force direction of a current carrying conductor? Take your Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule. Used for what? Fleming's left hand rule. Still, I found that many students are using right when I am asking about the direction of magnetic force. Hello guys, don't forget about this. Use your left hands for this. Fleming's left hand rule. You know what's Fleming's left hand rule? Thumb for magnetic force, and this one for what? Magnetic field, and this one for what? Keep this finger along the current directions. Okay, so we can keep one by one. Magnetic field in that direction, so keep your this finger in that way. Then when you orient such a way correctly, then you can take the next finger, this one. Okay, which direction we want to point this one? Along the current. Where the current here? Down. So rotate your finger, this finger down, like this. When you keep this way, magnetic field in that direction, current is down. Oh, two of the fingers are set, right? Can I take this finger? Yes, sir, you can take now. When you take, so where the thumb is pointing? My cute thumb is pointing in which direction? Tell. It is, outward. It is outward. Okay, so magnetic force will be outward. The answer is magnetic force will be out of the paper. Out of the paper is the answer. Clear, no? Clear. Yes. So these are some basics level of discussions of magnetic effects of electric current. I hope you all got understood everything of magnetic effects of electric current. In case if you need some more extra content, you can comment on the chat box. We'll come back to you. We'll get back to you later. Okay. So now the sessions will be handling our biology faculty, as you've seen at the first stage. That is Mr. Anis sir. Okay, biology expert will guide you the how the organism reproduce. Okay, so you will get a quality content. So stay tuned. Drink a coffee and immediately come back. Okay, we'll within 2 or 3 minutes we'll start our next sessions. So thank you guys. Salam. Yes, all the best.
Hi, good evening, my dear students, all of you. I think all of you are doing good, my dear students. Okay, so I think you enjoyed the last session, the physics session, the Rafisar session, you enjoyed a lot. Okay, so you know that, and now we are going to discuss the second part of the session, that is biology. And you know, biology, there are 5 different chapters are there, and we are going to discuss one of the most important chapter today, that is nothing but how do organisms reproduce. Actually, the chapter itself is a question, how do organisms reproduce, my dear students? So that's why compared to any other chapter, you can see it is one of the heavy weightage chapter in biology. So again, I am repeating, you know, how many chapters are there in biology? There are 5 chapters, and the marks, as you all know, that there are 30 marks you can see from biology. So 30 marks from biology and 25 marks from physics and 25 marks from chemistry means what? My dear students, you know, in the beginning we already told now, and you know, the March 2nd, you are going to showcase your brilliance, my dear students. The last 1 year, you worked very hard, my dear students. So we know that. We know that from the first day onwards, you worked very hard. And you know, it is the day, it is the March 2nd, 2024. It is the day by which you are going to show your brilliance, my dear students. Okay, and within that 3 hours, you have to remember each and everything that you studied in the last 1 year. Everything should be properly remembered, and everything should be well presented on the paper. And you know, you should be the champions in the world, my dear students. Okay, all of you should come out with a happy face, and all of you should come out with flourishing colors, my dear students. Okay, and biology, you have to score 30 out of 30, and physics and chemistry, you have to score full marks, and altogether 80 out of 80. There is no compromise. A single mark of compromise is not there, my dear student. 80 out of 80, that is our target. Okay, so you know, and you know, that is our target. So that's why, you know, we, the team Excel, are always with you, my dear students. Each and every moment we are ready to help you, my dear students. Okay, so you know, we can start our class without wasting the time. We can start our class, my dear student. The first slide. Okay, the first question you can see. So the chapter, how do organisms reproduce? Before starting the topic, you must keep in your mind, and there are 7 marks. The weightage of the chapter, that is 7 marks. And you know, 7 marks from how do organisms reproduce, 7 marks from live process, and 6 marks from control and coordination. So 7 plus 7 plus 6, and you can see 20 marks. And the remaining 10 marks, you know, 5 marks from heredity and 5 marks from our environment. So altogether 30 marks, my dear students. And now we are going to discuss the heavy weighted chapter, that is how do organisms reproduce. And the first question, and I think, you know, you have to we can say give proper response through the chat box or through the comment box, my dear student. That is the only thing we need, because you know, you have to participate. Whatever the important points, you have to note it down, my dear students, because, and you know, this is your reference, you know, the final moment, the last moment reference by which you can utilize it for maximum for your board examination. Okay, so you know, the first question, it is not a simple question, my dear students, you know, and it is a statement type questions. Okay, so we can read the first question. How many statements among the following are correct? So it is not a single question means what? Among the following, which one is correct? No, there are 4 statements are given. There are 4 statements. One by one we can discuss. Which is the first question? All individuals in a species are identical. Whether it's a correct statement or a wrong statement. And before that, you should know that. What do you mean by a species? And we are all coming under a particular species, right? All human beings in the world, whether it is an African or an Indian or an American, and you know, whatever it may be, you can see all are coming under a single species. That species name, I think you are very familiar with that species name. How many of you are familiar with the species name of human being? And you know, please, you comment in the chat box, my dear students, you know, and that is called Homo sapiens, you know that. And Homo sapiens, you know, all individuals in a species are identical. Is it a correct statement or a wrong statement, my dear students? As you all know that all individuals in a species are similar, my dear students. All individuals in a species are similar, but they are not identical. Is there any chance for identical? We two are identical? No, my dear students, we two are not identical, but we two are similar, right? 99.9% similarities are there. 99.9% similarities are there among all the human beings. But you can see we are not identical. We are similar. All giraffes are similar. All elephants are similar. All mango trees are similar. All human beings are similar, but we are not identical. So that is why the reason this statement is wrong. The question is, how many statements among the following are correct? So first one is not a correct statement. Okay, and the second one, Body design of an organism. As you all know that different types of organisms are having different types of body design, you know that. And you know, every day or every time when we are discussing this topic, we are always using a term, right? A giraffe is having a special body design. What is the speciality? And you know, there is a long neck, right? An elephant is having a long trunk, right? And you know, and different organisms are having different blueprint. You can see the body design, you can see. So the body design of an organism, body design of giraffe, body design of mango tree, body design of a turtle, and these are all depends upon its blueprint DNA. You know that we are all having blueprint, right? I am having my blueprint, you are having your blueprint, and each and every organism is having their own blueprint, right? So that's why the second statement, as you all know that, it's a correct statement, because the body design of an organism depends upon the blueprint, the DNA, the deoxyribonucleic acid. And what is the next one? You can see niche, a new term. Is it a new term? No, my dear students, you are very familiar with the term. Textbook term, NCRT term, my dear student. Niche is the habitat of the species. And you know, different organisms are having different niches, right? A fish is living in water, right? And the niche of a fish is water. Okay, so niche is the habitat of a species by which, and that organism is well adapted. A camel is well adapted in desert, right? The niche of a camel is desert. A polar bear is there in the polar region, means what? That organism is well adapted in the polar region. And you can see camel is not adapted in the polar region, and polar bear is not adapted in the desert, right? Desert, right? So that's why you can see niche is the habitat of a species by which the species is well adapted, is also a correct statement. Okay, and what is the next one, my dear students? What is the next one? Drastic variation. And you know, that is an important topic, my dear students. All of you please, and listen. But you know, variations are of two types, and you are very familiar with, you know, DNA. DNA is undergoing a copying, right? What is the process called? What? DNA copying. You studied, right? And during the DNA copying, what is happening actually? Is DNA copying 100% accurate? I think that the last 1 year, I repeated this question many times, I think, my dear student. Is DNA copying 100% accurate? The answer is no. And you know, it is not 100% accurate, my dear student. Minor variation. And that minor variations are called what? The minor variations are the... So minor variations are essential for... Come on, minor variations, you know, and you know, I already told you, your parents and your generation, who is having more variation, you are having more variation, and your children, right, and they are having more variation. After each and every variation, what will happen? We are more fit for the survival of the planet Earth. Okay, that is the thing. So that's why drastic variation. My dear student, there are two types of variation. Minor variation, major variation. Minor variation, major variations are also called drastic variation. And you know, drastic variation lead to the survival. That is a wrong statement, right? Drastic variations are not leading into survival. Drastic variation, major variations, always leading into death, always leading into extinction, my dear student. So that's why drastic variation lead to survival. Textbook word, NCRT sentence, NCRT textbook sentence, my dear student. All questions for your board examinations are purely from NCRT. NCRT is our final word. Okay, and that's why here you can see the drastic variation lead to survival is wrong, my dear student, while minor variation lead to extinction. Both are just interchange, my dear student. Drastic variation leads to extinction, and while you can see the minor variations are leading into survival. So that's why this statement is wrong. So what will be the option? What will be the option? What will be the option? You know, among the four, only two statements are correct, right? Only two are correct, right? What are they? One is called what? And you know, this is the second one, and the other one is called the third one. Second and third one means what? The answer is C. C is the right answer. I hope it is clear. Come on, my dear students, come on. Are you there? Are you there, my dear student? May confirm your presence and make your presence in the chat box, my dear students. That is the only thing what we need, my dear students, from you. Okay, so I'm moving into, without wasting the time, I'm moving into the next question. Listen, please, listen to the board. So, you know, when I'm preparing this slide, you know that my concern is nothing but, and when we are doing all these questions, you know, it is my responsibility to go through almost all the topics in the textbook. That is the thing, because after two days, you are going to prepare. You're going to write the science examination. So that's why it is my responsibility. Within 1 hour, I have to go through each and every concept of the textbook. And then only that will be helpful for you. Then only that will be fruitful for you, my dear student. That's why the second question. Look at the board, my dear student. What is that? And the second topic, it is purely related with what? Asexual mode of reproduction. In your chapter, you can see there are two. How do organisms reproduce? There are two mode of reproduction. One is called asexual and other one is called sexual mode of reproduction. Asexual, how many modes you studied? How many modes you studied? I want to see a number in the chat box, my dear student. How many mode of asexual reproduction you studied? Just like in a cricket match. It is 6, right? And there are six different types of asexual reproduction you studied, right? Which is the first one, fission. Second one, fragmentation. Third one, regeneration, and the fourth one, vegetative, budding, you can see. Then vegetative propagation you studied, and the last one you studied as spore formation. And these are the 6 different methods you studied. And this is a match the following. And there is no chance for asking such a very huge match the following. But why I included such a huge match the following? To get a revision, to get a final touch up, to get a final revision. Okay, so what are they? One by one, please. No need to waste the time. So directly moving into that. Here, money plant. And money plant is a common plant. I think you are all you are typing your answer, my dear student. Money plant, as you all know that money plant, vegetative propagation by leaf, vegetative propagation by stem. Money plant, as you all know that money plant, vegetative propagation by stem. Money plant, vegetative propagation by stem, that. Money plant, how can you grow a new money plant? Money plant, what you are doing? Cutting a piece of stem and put it in water. Automatically that will grow, right? And which part we are taking? We are not taking the root. We are not taking the leaf. We are taking the stem, right? So that's why vegetative propagation by stem. Okay, and what is the next one? Bryophyllum. There is only one example is there given in your textbook. You can see it is the vegetative propagation by leaf. That. So vegetative propagation by leaf, you can see bryophyllum. There is only one example you studied. No, bryophyllum, a special type of plant by which you can see the leaf margin. You can see the buds are there. That buds are falling and they are growing, my dear students. Okay, and the hydra, you are having a confusion. Hydra, there are two confusions are there. Is it C or D? Come on, hydra, budding and fragmentation or budding only? Hydra, you studied, no? Hydra, there are two different types of processes are there, and some cases they are using budding, and some cases they are using fragmentation. So that's why hydra is opt for budding and fragmentation, my dear student. What is fragmentation? What is the difference between a fragmentation? What is the difference between fragmentation and regeneration? You already studied, no? Fragmentation means what? When the organism matures, it is naturally broken down into pieces, my dear students. And what about a regeneration? And when the organism, I think you can use that word, textbook word. What is that? The parent organism somehow cut. That word is important, right? Somehow cut. So anyway, you can see hydra, budding and fragmentation, and spirogyra. As you all know that spirogyra is involved in fragmentation. Spirogyra, as you all know that spirogyra is an organism which is making the pond green in color, my dear students. Why the pond is green in color? Due to spirogyra. And planaria, that regeneration. Rhizopus. Hey, whenever bread, that when we are keeping a bread in our home, after 1 week, after 2 weeks, you can see you are not supposed to eat that bread. Why? Because the bread is having some fungal growth, you can see. What is that fungus actually? The fungus is called what? Rhizopus. And the rhizopus, as you all know that it is spore formation. And yeast. Oh, one of the most common unicellular fungus you studied, no? Yeast, yeast you studied under anaerobic respiration under the chapter life process. But here, this is reproduction chapter, right? So that's why yeast is performing, what type of? Yeast is performing a method called what? Budding. Yeast is developing budding, my dear students. And potato, that is always a confusing question, my dear student. Where is potato? Potato is above the soil or below the soil? Potato is below the soil, right? So that's why we are thinking that it is a part of root, my dear students. No. And potato, that it is a part of, potato is an underground stem. Potato is underground stem. Ginger is underground stem. Okay, so that's why potato, you can say potato, vegetative reproduction by stem. So money plant and potato, both are coming under vegetative propagation by stem. And you can see the next one, leishmania. You studied, no, there are two organisms under binary fission. You studied two different mechanisms. Sorry, two different organisms you studied. One is called amoeba, other one is called leishmania. Amoeba can divide at any plane, while leishmania can divide only in single plane. You studied, no, leishmania is causing a disease, right? How many of you can fill the chat box with the name of the disease? Leishmania can cause a disease, what we call what? The leishmania is causing a disease called what? Kala azar. Kala azar. And leishmania is causing the disease leishmaniasis or kala azar. And leishmania is having a whip-like structure, right? Leishmania is having a whip-like structure only in one side, right? Only in one side. That's why binary fission only in one plane. Only in one plane. So that's why binary fission at any plane, binary fission at a single plane. Binary fission at any plane is not the answer. Binary fission at single plane. And plasmodium, the last one, that is causing malaria, right? Plasmodium that causing malaria, right? Malaria, one of the dangerous disease. Plasmodium, it is multiple fission. So it is a very lengthy match of the following. Anyway, you can see that topic is also very important because, and when we are discussing this question, second question, we almost covered the whole asexual reproduction, the whole 6 asexual reproductive methods we covered using the second question, my dear students. Are you okay? Are you comfortable with that question, my dear students? Please give me a response. And that is the only thing I need from you, my dear students. Please give me a response. Is it clear? The second question. If it is clear only, I can move into the third one. Okay, so without wasting a single second, without wasting a single moment, because this is very, very important. Only 2 more days, only 2 more days, only 2 more days, my dear student. And here you can see the next question is something related with the number of chromosomes in human being, my dear students. And we are all having chromosomes, right? Each and every cell is having chromosome, right? As you all know that how many chromosomes are there in humans? I think we repeated, throughout the year, we repeated, how many chromosomes are there in each and every cell? That is 23 pairs. And out of the 23 pairs, you know that the first 22 pairs are called what? Autosomes. Okay, and you know that here you can see the first 22 pairs of autosomes are called, the first 22 pairs of chromosomes are called what? Autosomes, my dear students, autosomes. What is the function of autosome? Autosome, my dear students, autosome is responsible for determining our general characters. And I am having 22 pairs of autosome, and all females are having 22 pairs of autosome. All, whether it is male or female, all are having 22 pairs of autosome. And what is the last one pair? And the last one pair you can see, and that is what we call what? Allosome. Okay, in your textbook the word allosome is not there, but no need to worry about that, because allosome is also called what? Sex chromosome, my dear students. And you can see the one pair of sex chromosome, and that one pair of sex chromosome, as you all know that, and we are always discussing that topic. What is that? X and X matched one. X and X matched one is in girls. You can see X and Y. X is bigger, Y is smaller, right? X is bigger and Y is smaller, right? That XY is there. Mismatched pair. In males, you can see. So the males are having a mismatched pair, X and Y, and the females are having a matched pair, X and X. Okay, so that's why here you can see, here the question is, what about the number of chromosomes? Okay, that's an important question. Number of chromosomes in the following human cells respectively are, there are 4 regions are given, my dear students. What is that? One is called a zygote, another one is called what? Ovum, other one is called sperm, another one is called what? Nerve cell. Nerve cell, neuron, it is there in our brain. And how many of you can give me the answer, my dear students? Look at the board, please. Here you can see whatever the total number of chromosome in the zygote. You can see the zygote, yes, you all know that zygote is the fused product of sperm and ovum, right? Hey, the father is giving the male gamete called sperm, and the mother is giving the female gamete called ovum. And the sperm is having 23 chromosome. A sperm is having 23 chromosome. Father is having 23 pairs. Undergo meiosis process. You studied meiosis. Meiosis, the reductional division. You studied, right? Meiosis, the reductional division. 23 pairs of chromosome reduced to form 23. 23 pairs of chromosome reduced to form 23. And the 23 chromosomes are there in the sperm. And the father is giving a 23 chromosomes. So that's why the father is giving 23 chromosome through the sperm, and the mother is giving 23 chromosome through the ovum, and the sperm and ovum fused. Where does it take place? Where does it take place? Is it internal fertilization or external? As you all know that, my dear students, you know that it is internal fertilization. Fertilization take place inside the female body. In which part of the female body? That's my question. In which part of the female body by which fertilization take place? There is chance for asking the same question in the board examination. And what is the site of fertilization? Is it internal or external? The answer is internal fertilization. In which site, my dear student? Come on, it is fallopian tube. Fallopian tube. It is also called oviduct. So that's why in examination you have to write it take place inside the female. It is internal fertilization. It is in fallopian tube. Fallopian tube, oviduct, my dear students. Okay, that is 23. And you know, when 23 and 23 combine, a zygote is produced in the fallopian tube, right? So that's why this is 23 pairs. Zygote is always having 23 pairs. We are all, listen my dear students, and those who are sitting in my class, all are formed from a single cell, a single microscopic cell called zygote, zygote, right? So that's why zygote is having 23 pairs. Okay, and what about nerve cell? How many of you can give me the answer, my dear student? How many of you can give? And you know, how many chromosomes are there in nerve cell? Nerve cell is not a gamete, right? So that's why nerve cell, it is also 23 pairs. So what will be the answer, my dear students? Okay, so you keep in your mind, only the gametes are having 23. In humans, only the sperm and only the ovum, only the sperm and only the ovum are having 23. Rest all cells are having 23 pairs of chromosome. Okay, hey, a cell in my fingertip, 23 pairs of chromosome. A cell in my hair, HIR, 23 pairs of chromosome. A cell in my heart, 23 pairs. Sperm, 23. Ovum, 23. So what is the answer? 23 pairs, 23, 23, 23 pairs. So that's why the answer is D. I think it is clear, my dear students. I think it is clear. Clear or not, please. Moving into the next question, my dear students. Okay, so you know, always, you know, whenever we are reading the question paper, we are always there in a trouble with assertion and reason questions. And you know, the last few years only, the CBSE introduced this type of questions. And this type of question means what? Option C and option D are not difficult. Difficulty is always with A or B, because if both the statements are correct, it is our responsibility to find out, is it a correct explanation or not. If it is correct explanation, it is called A. If it is not the correct explanation, it is B. Most of the cases you can see in biology, the students are always confusing with this A or B. Okay, so here one sample question only, but the topic is important for us. That's why the reason I included this one. So all of you please, what is assertion? Cell pollination. Cell pollination is practically impossible in unisexual flower. Okay, so what do you mean by a unisexual flower, my dear students? And all of you look at the board, please. All of you look at the board, please. Here you can see, this is a flower you can see, and the flower you can see sepals are there, right? And you know what is this one? Petals are there. And you know what is this one? This is the female reproductive system. I am asking one simple question. The diagram what I draw over here, and this is unisexual or bisexual, my dear student. And you know, from the diagram it is very clear that it is unisexual. And here, you know, I am drawing the another one, sepals are there, petals are there. And here, look at the board, my dear students, please. And you can see in the diagram or in the board, you can see there are two pictures are shown. And what is this one, my dear student? What is this one? Come on, what is this one? This type of flowers, you know, that word is not discussed in our textbook or something. So that's why please listen. This type of flowers, only female reproductive system. And here only male reproductive system. What is the male reproductive system called? What? The male reproductive system is called a stamen. Stamen. So that's why the reason I am using a term staminate. And this word is important, my dear student. If you don't know, please note it down, because you know what do you mean by staminate. Staminate flower is the flower with the only stamen. Staminate flower is the male flower. Staminate flower is the male flower with only stamen. Only stamen. And what about here? And here only, this is what we called pistil. You studied, right? And that's why this flower is called what? Pistillate flower. What are the two types of flowers represented on the board here? One is called the male flower, staminate, and the female flower, pistillate, my dear student. And you know, is there any chance for cell pollination? Hey, simple question. Is there any chance for self-pollination? Before that, you should know that what is self-pollination. Self-pollination is the pollination between stamen and pistil within a flower, that is self-pollination. Between two flowers, that is cross-pollination. So here you can see, is it possible? So self-pollination is practically impossible in a unisexual flower. Impossible in a unisexual flower. And that statement is correct. Because in unisexual flower, only cross-pollination is possible. In unisexual flower, only cross-pollination is possible, my dear student. That's why the reason the watermelon, the papaya, the date palm, I will repeat one more time, the watermelon, the papaya, the date palm, they are all having unisexual flowers. Unisexual flowers means what? They are having either stamen or pistil. And today we studied a new term. Male flowers are called staminate. Female flowers are called pistillate. Okay, so that's why there is no chance for self-pollination. There is only cross-pollination. More the cross-pollination, more the variation. That is good for the survival, my dear students. And here you can see, so self-pollination is practically impossible in a unisexual flower is a correct statement. Okay, and what is this one? Unisexual flower is either staminate or pistillate. And unisexual flower is either staminate or pistillate means what? Unisexual flower is either stamen or pistil, staminate or pistillate. And that is also a correct statement. And what? Can you give me the answer? Is it A or B, my dear student? Is it the correct reason? Unisexual flower is staminate or pistillate, either stamen or pistil. That is why the reason you can see self-pollination is practically impossible. So that's why the answer is A. The answer is A, my dear student. The answer is A. So that's why both statements are correct, and the reason is the correct explanation to the assertion. That's why option A is the right answer. Okay, so moving into the next one. I think the topics so far we discussed are clear, my dear students. Moving into the next one, you can see this is also an important topic. Actually, when we are discussing the topic, actually we are just covering the NCERT portions, and I am trying my maximum to cover the NCERT portions, my dear student. Please listen. What is the next one? What will happen to the following parts of a tomato plant? That question is very important. Generally, they are asking what will happen to the following parts of a plant, but they changed that question. What is that? What will happen to the following parts of a tomato plant? What is the speciality of tomato plant? You studied, right? Tomato plant, brinjal plant. You studied, no? In your textbook, you can see in italics there is a question is given, right? But the answer is not given. But we discussed that question, right? And here you can see what will happen to the following parts of a tomato. That word is important. Tomato plant after its fertilization. After its fertilization, post-fertilization. What will happen? Here you can see the first one. What will happen to the ovule, my dear students? As you all know that, and this is the stigma, this is the style, and this is the ovary, and this is the ovule, my dear students. And here you can see, and this is the sepal, you can see, my dear student. This is the sepal, and here you can see, and this is the petal, my dear students. So in general, you can see a flower, a longitudinal section of flower is having mainly 4 parts, you can see. But the question is, it is not supposed to take a longitudinal section, but here the question is, what is that? And what will happen to the ovule? Come on, I need an answer from you, my dear students. I need an answer from you. What will happen to the ovule, my dear students? Ovule is always changing into seeds. I think you are filling the chat box with the answers. I know that, my dear students. Okay, so ovule is always converting into seed. Here, one ovule, one seed. More ovules, more seeds, my dear students. That is quite common. It's a common sense, that. And here you can see ovule is changing into seeds, right? Okay, and what about you can see, what about ovary? Can you give me what is ovary, my dear student? Ovary is changing into, come on, ovary is changing into a structure called what? Fruits. And ovary is changing into fruit, and ovule is changing into seed. And here you can see what will happen to the sepals, my dear student. Sepals are generally shrivel and fall off. And what will happen to the petals, right? Petals are generally shrivel and fall off. What will happen to the stigma and style? Shrivel and fall off. And what will happen to the anther, my dear students? What will happen to the anther? And anther also the same thing, shrivel and fall off. Generally, the remaining all parts, ovule changes into seed, ovary changes into fruit, the remaining all parts generally shrivel and fall off, my dear students. Okay, so my point is, here you can see, but the question is, it is a tomato plant. Look at the board, my dear students, and the question is a tomato plant. Tomato plant, you already studied, no? Sepals are not falling off. Okay, sepals remain there. So that is why the reason. That's why the reason when you are purchasing tomato from the market, you can see along with the fruit, you can see a green colored structure is there on the top of the fruit, right? That is brinjal. You know, when you are collecting brinjal, that also you can see a green colored region on the top. You can this thing is that was developed from, and you know, after fertilization itself, the sepals are not falling off. Sepals are not falling off in tomato. So that's why ovules changes into seed, petals falling off, and you know, ovary changes into fruit, and sepals remain persistent in the fruit itself. Okay, so it is not an MCQ type of question, and here you can see, and it is a 2 marks question, each one half. Again, I'm telling my dear students, you know, your presentation is very important. Because an examiner, and you know, the question paper is given by the CBSE, and your paper is evaluated by totally an unknown person. So that's why it is your responsibility to present the paper in a perfect manner. And what is that? Whenever you are asked to write a particular topic or something, write point wise. Important terms you have to underline. Okay, important terms you have to underline. Whenever you are asked to draw the diagrams and write a proper heading, draw the diagram, label it in the proper manner. So, you know, this is the important thing you have to notice when you are attending the science examination, especially the biology part. Okay, so you know, without wasting the time, I'm moving into the next question. This is an important question, my dear student. This is an important question. Okay, and here you can see, name the parts of sperm. Okay, sperm, the male gamete, right? In your textbook, you can see the sperm picture is given. Okay, so sperm picture is given. A picture is not given, actually, that description is given. Okay, so look at the board, please. I will draw the rough diagram only. Look at the board. And first of all, you can see there is a triangular shaped head is there. There's a triangular shaped head you can see, and the triangular shaped head is having the genetic material. What is the genetic material, my dear student? The genetic material is nothing but the DNA. DNA is the genetic material, right? The DNA is there in the chromosome, right? 23 chromosomes are there, right? And that is what we call what? This region is called head, my dear students. Head, a triangular region is there, that is head, you can see. And after that you can see there is almost this shaped region is there, and this is what we call the middle piece. And the middle part is called what? The middle piece. You can see what is the content of middle piece. Look at the board, my dear student. The middle piece contains a special type of mitochondria, my dear student. Mitochondria, a special type of mitochondria. Mitochondria. You studied, no, in the last year you studied mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria can make energy. That energy is stored in the form of ATP. That you studied, right? So that's why here you can see. And what is the last part, my dear student? What is the last part? Here you can see a tail. A very long tail you can see, and in the tail you can see a flagellum. A flagellum is there, and the flagellum is having a movement. Flagellum is having a vibratory movement. Only due to that vibratory movement, you can see the sperm is motile. While what about the ovum? Ovum is non-motile. You studied, no. What do you mean motile? The moving capacity is called what? Mobility, and that is what we call what? Motility. Okay, and here the question is, and where is the genetic material? Where is the genetic material, my dear student? Where is the genetic material? Come on, give me the answer. Genetic material is there in genetic material, the DNA, the nucleus, you know, that is there in the head region, my dear student. Where is the flagellum? Flagellum is there in the tail region. And you know, the flagellum is there in the tail region, and mitochondria in the middle piece. Okay, so there is chance for asking this question, and it is not a common question. And so far, you know, you almost, I think you wrote nearly 4 or 5 pre-board examinations. And you know, and so far you didn't see such a question. What is that? And what is the structure of sperm? And it is given, the description is given in your textbook. So keep in your mind, where is the genetic material? Genetic material is there in the head region, and mitochondria is there in the middle piece, and the flagellum, the vibrator region, is there in the tail. Only 3 parts are there for a sperm, my dear student. Head, middle piece, and tail. Head, middle piece, and tail. Head is having nucleus or genetic material. Middle piece is having mitochondria, and the tail is having flagellum. Okay, I hope it is clear. And you know, if you don't know, please note it down. That is the only request I need. I have to give to you, my dear students, because you know, important points you are not supposed to skip, because after 2 days, you know, you're having exam, right? So that's why moving into the next question. Moving into the next question, my dear students, what is this one? Differentiate between. So every time you know that I already told you, whenever there is a question, differentiate between, you just start draw, what we can say, you have to draw a column, you can see, a column with a two column, a table with the two columns. Okay, and you know, differentiate between, whenever there is any question related with the differentiate between, it is your responsibility to draw a table, my dear students, and you know, with the two columns. Okay, that is the best method to present the differentiate type of questions and for your board examination. Okay, so you know that you keep in mind, differentiate means what? You have to write the difference only. You are not supposed to write any similarity. You are not supposed to write any similarity. You have to write only the difference, my dear students. Okay, what is the first question? What is the difference between urethra in males and urethra in females? Okay, you studied urethra is there in male, right? Urethra is there in female, right? But what is the difference? It is given in the textbook. Male urethra. Listen, my dear students, you know, the male urethra is always very long. Male urethra is always long, and you know, female urethra is always short, my dear student. At the same time, one more difference you can, what is that? What is urethra? Urethra is the organ by which the urine is eliminated out, and urethra is the organ by which, urethra is the tube by which you can see the semen is also moving out. That is a speciality, my dear student. And you know, the male urethra, listen please, the male urethra, both urine and, you know, simply we can say that urethra is used for both, what we can say, for reproduction as well as for excretion. Oh, what an important, what is that? The same urethra, the urine is moving as well as semen is moving. Semen and urine and semen are moving in the same pathway, not simultaneously. It is not possible to pass urine and semen simultaneously. Anyway, you can see both are passing through a common channel. What about, you know, females? Females, you know, my dear student, female urethra is used only for urination. It is not having any what you can say, reproductive function, and the female urethra is not having any function related with the reproduction, my dear student. That is so here you can see urethra in male both for reproduction and excretion, and female urethra only for excretion, no role in reproduction. Important question, right? What is the next one? Estrogen and progesterone. I think I am not supposed to say anything because you know, you are very familiar with that difference between estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen and progesterone are the two hormones produced in a female after puberty. You studied estrogen is responsible for secondary sexual characters, and while progesterone is responsible for pregnancy, right? So throughout the 9 months of pregnancy, the female is producing huge amount of progesterone that is responsible for supporting the pregnancy, maintaining the pregnancy. Okay, so that is what we call what estrogen and progesterone. Okay, what is the next one? Oh, that's a new term, I think, my dear students. I think if you are not familiar with that, please listen. That is a new term, menarche and menopause. I want to say something about that particular question. What do you mean by menarche? Listen please, what do you mean by menarche and what do you mean by menopause, my dear students? That's an important question. Listen please, all of you please. And you know, when we are discussing a girl, you can see the first event in a girl's life is nothing but all lives, it is birth itself. Okay, after birth you can see, and you know what is the next one? After birth you can see a girl is undergoing a stage called what? Childhood stage. And after childhood stage, the girl is reaching a period called what? Puberty period. At the age of 10 to 12, you know, most of the girls are reaching the puberty period at the age of 10 to 12, and that is puberty period. And all of you listen, my dear student, that puberty period onwards, all of you look at the board, please. Here you can see the menses begins. The menstrual cycle, each and every month you can see, one of the ovum is selected, and that ovum is not fertilized. What will happen to the unfertilized ovum? The unfertilized ovum is moving towards the uterus. When the unfertilized ovum moves towards the uterus, the uterine blood vessel, right? The uterine blood vessel rupture. The uterine blood vessel rupture means what? The bleeding takes place. Along with the bleeding, along with the mucus, along with the blood vessel, you can see the unfertilized egg is also eliminated. That is what we call menstruation. That is what we call menses. The first menses, right? Come on. The first menses is called what? The first menses is called menarche. If you don't know, please note it down. The first menses of a girl, is called what? Menarche. It is almost 10 to 12 years of age. Okay, and here you can see that is called menarche. And after that, look at the board, my dear students. Here, the second month, the third month, you can see, and each and every month, she is having the menstrual cycle. So, if menstrual cycle is there, she is capable of reproductive period, my dear student. And look at the board, please. And here you can see, then the reproductive period means what? Here, look at the board, please. Here you can see the menstrual cycle, and at the age 45 to 50 years. This is the time of puberty, 10 to 12 years of age. But at the age of 40 to 45 to 50 years of age, right, the menstrual cycle is stopped, my dear students. Hey, when the female is reaching the age of 45 to 50, what will happen? The menstrual cycle is stopped, you can see. And that is what we called what? Menopause. So what is menarche and what is menopause? Menarche means what? Beginning of the menses. It is almost in the puberty period. It is almost in the 10 to 12 years of age. And menopause, the menstrual cycle is stopping. And beyond, after menopause or something, the female cannot reproduce. The female cannot conceive the young one. And that is what we call menopause. So menarche and menopause are the two important stages, and menarche is the beginning and menopause is the end. Menarche is the beginning of the menses and menopause is the end or stoppage of menses. Is it clear? Come on, my dear students. Since it is a new topic, my dear student, it is your responsibility. It is the responsibility of each and everyone sitting in the class. Please give me a response, please. That is the only energy I have, my dear student. And if you are giving a good response, I am getting that energy, my dear students. Otherwise, and we are all get disappointed, my dear students. I think it is clear. And there is one more. Question you can see. There is one more question, my dear student. It is called embryo and fetus, you can see. And that is also one of the important point, my dear students. What is embryo and fetus, my dear student? What is embryo and fetus? As you all know that whenever a female is pregnant, you can see the zygote, the zygote is dividing and finally that is developing in a mass of cell called embryo, and embryo is attached with the uterus and developing some finger-like projection. You study what is that finger-like projection called what? Placenta. And through the placenta, the mother is giving nutrients, the mother is giving oxygen, the mother is giving water, the mother is giving useful material to the embryo. And when the embryo is developing some organs, my dear student. Embryo is developing some organs. Whenever an organ is developed in an embryo, that moment onwards, it is called fetus. My students, most of the students are not having a clear-cut idea what is embryo, what is fetus. They are all telling that inside the uterus embryo is growing, inside the uterus fetus is growing, but there is a difference. What is the first one? What is the first stage? It is embryo. Embryo after developing the organ. It is what we call what? Fetus, and that is what we call what? Embryo and fetus. The difference between embryo and fetus, which is the first one again. Which one is the first one? Embryo, and after embryo, it is changing into fetus, my dear student. Fetus is with organs, my dear student. And most you can see heart is the first organ formed in embryo, and in our body, and there are hundreds of organs are there, right? And in your embryonic life, which was the first organ formed in your body? And that is nothing but heart, my dear student. And heart is always very, very important, right? When our heart stops beating, that means the end of the life, my dear students. So that's why always you keep your mind, embryo and fetus are important. Okay, moving into the next question without wasting the time. I'm moving into the next question, my dear students. Okay, so here you can say pick out the wrong statement. And again, the first question, what is the first question? What is the first question you can see? The first question is pick out the right statements. And that is always the students are confused, my dear student. Sometimes the question is which one is the wrong one. Sometimes the question is which one is the correct one. So that's why you have to read the question, very, very important, my dear student. And some students are there and they are not spending time for reading the question. That is not a good habit. I have to say one important thing. You have to spend enough time for reading the question. Because question is the stimulus, my dear students. Only with the help of stimulus only you can make a response, right? So that's why question is very, very important, my dear. You can spend enough time for reading the question, and first you read the question, understand the question, the brain is processing and developing the answer. That answer you have to present in the paper. So that's why question is very, 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 very important. Not only in biology, In all subjects, my dear students, the question, you have to spend enough time for reading the question. When you are reading the question many times, you will get the exact answer. And because the examiner is always pinpointing that answer, the value point. Okay, so that is why the reason you keep your mind, my dear students. Here you can see, and here the question is, what is the question here? And what is that? Pick out the wrong statement. Among the 5 statements, how many of them are wrong? So it's a very easy one. I can move a little bit fast, my dear students. Come on. Which is the first one? Testes are produced intra-abdominally. What do you mean by intra-abdominally? Testes are the male gonads that are located outside the abdomen that we studied, right? Hey, actually, the development, everything we didn't study. We studied what is that at the time of birth itself, testes are there located outside the body. That's why the reason we studied it is extra-abdominally. But the question is not that one. What is that? Testes are produced intra-abdominally. What do you mean by intra-abdominally? Testes are produced inside the abdomen and descend to the scrotum. For example, if this is the abdomen, testes are not in outside. Testes are produced inside the abdomen and descend into the scrotum. Scrotum you study, right? And scrotum is providing low temperature, right? So that's why this is a right statement, my dear student. Testes are produced inside the abdomen, and I think that is a new information for you. Testes are produced inside the abdomen and the 2 testes descend into the scrotum, my dear student. So what we can see after the birth we can see that the 2 testes are there and in the extra-abdominal. But it is not produced extra-abdominally, it is produced inside the abdomen and descend. Okay, clear or not, my dear student? So test is produced and after it is descending into the scrotum. So that's why it's a correct statement. So that's why that is not the answer. What is the second one? Come on, what is the second one? Semen, you studied right. Semen is equal to sperm plus, that word is semen. The testes are producing sperms, and when the sperms are moving through the vas deferens, how many vas deferens you have? And the males are having 2 vas deferens, right? And the sperms are passing through the vas deferens. When it enters to the last part of the vas deferens, seminal vesicles are releasing some fluid, and prostate gland is releasing some fluid. That fluid and sperm mixed together to form a fluid called what? Semen, you can see. So semen is equal to sperm plus fluid from prostate and seminal vesicle. It will provide nourishment. It will provide transportation. There is chance for asking that question. And how many seminal vesicles you have? The male is having 2 seminal vesicles. How many prostate gland? There is only 1 prostate gland. There is 1 prostate gland and there are 2 seminal vesicles, and together they are producing the fluid, and that fluid and sperm together, and that is what we call what? Semen, my dear students. Okay, and that's why this is also the right answer. And there are 2 statements we studied, right? And the 2 statements are correct. But the question is for pick out the wrong statement. So far we didn't see the wrong statement, right? The third one, internal fertilization. Internal fertilization take place in humans. Is it correct or wrong? And my dear students, that internal fertilization is taking place in humans, right? In frog you can see external fertilization take place, but in humans you can see internal fertilization take place. That's a correct one. What is the last one? Placenta is a tissue. Placenta is a tissue, you studied, right? Placenta is a tissue formed between villi. Embryo is developing villi. You studied, right? What is that? You studied embryo is developing villi and the uterus is having villi. Both finger-like projections, and this is what we call what? This is what we call placenta. Placenta is a combination of mother and fetus, right? The 9 months, your mother sacrificed, my dear student, sacrificed a lot to get a child like you, my dear students. Your mother has sacrificed the 9 months, my dear student, and she is giving all the useful nutrients. Your mother was given all the useful material, my dear student, and that's why the cute baby is out. Okay, and here you can see the placenta is the tissue formed between villi of embryo and blood vessels of the mother, and that is also a correct one, my dear students. Only 4 statements are given, and they are asked to pick out the wrong answer, but all the 4 statements are correct. What will be the answer? All of this? No, never. 1 and 3, never. And 1 and 4, never. What is it? None of this. None of these statements are wrong. All are correct. All are correct, my dear students. Okay, and without wasting the time, I'm moving into the next question, because your each and every second is very valuable. We know that. We, the Team Excel, we know that each and every minute, each and every second of our students are very, 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 very valuable. So that's why After the class, as I told already, my dear students, only 48 hours. After the class, tomorrow and after tomorrow, you're having only, the 24 plus 24, 48 hours, my dear student, and study well. If you're having any doubt, we are always with you, my dear students. And, moving into the next question, name the following. Easily, you can give me the answer. Easily, you can give me the answer, my dear student. And only 4 are there. And I don't want to give any explanation because easily you can give me the answer. What is that? Name the following. Any 2 bacterial STDs. Any 2 bacterial STDs, my dear student. And what is bacterial STD? What do you mean by bacterial STD? What is STD? The sexually transmitted diseases are called what? The sexually transmitted diseases are called what? STDs, you know that. And the diseases which are transmitted from one person to another person through sexual intercourse. And there are so many different methods are there. The diseases are spreading from one person to another person by a different mechanism. And here you can see sexually transmitted diseases are the diseases by which they are spreading from one person to another person through sexually or sexual intercourse, you can see. And what are the 2? An easy question, my dear student. And that spelling is important. And the answer is gonorrhea. The spelling is very, very important, my dear students. It is called what? Gonorrhea. Gonorrhea. And the next one, that is what we call what? Syphilis, my dear students. It is called what? Syphilis. So gonorrhea and syphilis. Gonorrhea and syphilis are the 2 bacterial STD. In your textbook, you can see viral STDs are also given. Viral STD. What do you mean by viral STD? HIV or AIDS is viral STD. Genital warts. Listen, I will write over here HIV in capital letter. HIV, AIDS, and warts. Textbook, NCERT textbook based question, my dear student. HIV, AIDS, and warts are the 2 viral STD, while gonorrhea and syphilis are the bacterial STD. Okay, and these 2 are dangerous. Viral STDs are dangerous. They are incurable. So far, there is no treatment at all. Okay, and here you can see what is B. What is B, my dear student? A device that can be, an easy question, my dear student. A device that can be used as contraceptive. And what do you mean by contraceptive? Contraceptive means what? It can prevent pregnancy. A device that can be used as contraceptive and preventive device for STD. And using that device, and a person can prevent STD, a person can prevent pregnancy too. Oh, a dual effect, right? And what is that structure? What is that device called? What? The device is called condoms, my dear students. And you can see, and a country like India, we are all living in India, you can see, in a densely populated country, you can see, and Indian human population is increasing in an alarming rate, you can see, and for the government of India, it is always a major concern. So that's why they are always supporting small families, right? And so that's why the widespread use of the condoms. And a remarkable decrease in the population. So along with the contraception, it is also used for prevention of STD, my dear student. So that's why, and the answer here, it is condoms. Okay, so the condoms are used. The condoms are used to prevent STD, and condoms are used to prevent pregnancy. That's why condoms. What is C? Action. Simple question. Action of oral contraceptive pill. And you can see there are some females. You can see there are some couples are there after the marriage. They need a child after 3 years or 4 years, or they need a child in between the two. In between the sibling, they need a gap. In such cases or something, the couples are using some special type of pills, oral pills, and that is used by females only. And what is that? What is the action? They're asking the action, and the action is nothing but textbook word. How many of you can fill it, my dear student? It is called a hormonal change, my dear students. And their hormonal change. And you keep your mind, my dear students, whatever action we are doing over here, everything is controlled by hormones. Endocrine glands, you studied, right? Endocrine glands, one chapter you studied, right? Endocrine glands means, and that is hormones are very, very important, my dear students. And whenever there is a change in hormones, especially in girls, because compared to the boys, you can see either pregnancy related as well as you can see reproduction related hormones are more in females. Why? Because placenta can develop hormone, and during delivery they can produce hormone, and as well as you can see for maintaining pregnancy they are producing hormone. So more hormones are there. So that's why girls are always having a hormonal balance, right? And whenever a medicine is taken, whenever an oral pill is taken, hormonal balance take place, my dear student. Hormonal change. Hormonal change means what? Hormonal change is leading into, and there is no egg and there is no ovum is produced, my dear student. No egg is produced.
No ovum is produced, no egg is produced, no ovum is produced means what? No fertilization, no pregnancy. So that's why contraceptive action, chance for. What about IUDs? Intrauterine device you studied, no. Intrauterine device you studied copper ions. Hey, copper T you studied, no. There is another one, my dear student, and that is copper T. And copper T is looking like this, my dear student. And this is the copper T, my dear student. And the copper T, copper T can release copper ions. And whenever copper ions are released, most of the sperms are losing the capacity to fertilize, losing the capacity to move from one area to another area. So that's why that is copper T. Okay, what is the last one? Easy question, my dear student. What is the last one? Surgical contraceptive method by blocking the fallopian tube. You studied there are two contraceptive methods you studied by surgical method. What are the two? Come on, what are the two, my dear student? One is called what? One surgical contraceptive method is called what? In males, it is called vasectomy. In males, it is called vasectomy. And in females, it is called what? Tubectomy. Vasectomy, tubectomy, vasectomy in males and tubectomy in females. Okay, an important topic. And here the answer is, this is fallopian tube, right? And that's why it is called what? Tubectomy. Okay, and moving into the next question. I think it is clear, and it's a 2 marks question. Each question half mark, my dear student, half into 4, that is 2 marks. Okay. And the last question, my dear students, and the last question, please, the last question. And prenatal sex determination is prohibited. And and from the beginning, we almost completed the whole content of the textbook, my dear student. And the prenatal sex determination is prohibited by law in our country. So in India, you can see prenatal. What is pre? Before. What is natal? Birth. Prenatal sex determination. Before birth, you can see the sex determination is banned in India. India, it is banned, my dear student. It is not, actually, sometimes we are thinking that why it is banned? Why there is a ban? Why there is a ban, my dear student? Because, India, there are some parts of India, there are some people are there, my dear student, and they are doing one important thing called what? Female feticide, my dear students. And this is one of the most important point you have to remember. You can see in some part of India, you can see the female fetus are killed by some illiterate idiots. Illiterate idiots, my dear student. Why I am using the word illiterate idiots? The reason is, and each and everyone in the world should realize that the male and female, the equality is very, very important, right? Hey, whether it is a boy child or girl child, we have to welcome, we have to invite that child equally, and equality is always very, very important. And the chapter is ending with by giving a message, equality of boys and girls. Both boys and girls are equal, right? Boys and girls are equal, right? All are equal, my dear students. Okay, so that's about the session, my dear student. That's about the session. Study well, my dear students. And whatever the doubts you have, please contact the team Excel. All are ready for clarifying your doubts, my dear student. Thank you. Bye. Study well.